Good morning, Hart Elementary. It's Miss Davis. Nice to see you again. Happy Friday. Congrats, guys. We made it through a whole week. Way to go, us. Everybody give yourself a little pat on the back. All right. It is April 3rd today, and I am going to start off with some of the news stories that I've been following, and then I'll give you guys some fun news stories I've been hearing about, fun activities to do this week, or just fun little, human interest stories that I've been liking. And then I will go into a quick little history little discussion over how the COVID-19 response is similar to and or different from previous pandemics that we've had in the past and what we can learn from that history-wise. Okay, so great. First of all, important news stories. The Democratic Convention. So remember we talked about how when you elect somebody president, they have to go through a primary because we have two parties, right? We have the Republicans and the Democrats. Okay, so you have to go through the primary where all of the Democratic candidates and all the Republican candidates go against each other to find out who the one people are going to be on each side that are going to go against each other in the main presidential election. Okay, so usually we would be having the Democratic Convention where they say, okay, this is the nominee sooner, but we are going to postpone it until August so that because everybody wants to make sure that everybody has a chance to vote and that we really get all of those, everybody's voice gets heard. And right now we just can't go out and vote right now, so that will be postponed. So we won't know who our Democratic candidate is going to be that is going to go against the incumbent President Trump until mid-August. Okay. Also on Twitter, this is something interesting. Leaders around the country, so governors and mayors around the country, are answering questions that their constituents, and a constituent is a citizen that lives in the area that the representative serves. Okay, so they're answering questions, any questions that people have about COVID-19 or their state or their city's response to it. So I would recommend you guys, if you have any questions, go on over to Twitter and check the hashtag AskTheMayor or AskTheGov, G-O-V, as in like governor. Okay, and you can see people with questions, sent in all sorts of questions, and you've gotten some really good answers. So that would be a really great place to start looking if you have any other questions that you want to know. Or you can ask me. Like I said, I'm here for all sorts of questions. All right. Governor Abbott and the Texas legislature, so like the Texas form of Congress, okay, our state representatives, have applied to the federal government to see if they can get some rules like released and some funds handed out so that they can assist Texans with paying rent and other housing costs. I will give you an update on that situation as it goes. I will let you know what the federal government says and what, if any, funds that we get and how that will be handled. Okay? We have Laredo, Texas. So Laredo is a city in Texas. Laredo, Texas is now sending out up to $1,000 for fines for people that don't wear masks out in public. So, we talked about how the virus is inside your body and it's really tiny, so it gets caught up in all the little droplets you have. So whenever you cough or sneeze, it can get out. So Laredo, in order to make sure that everybody's social distancing is working, has said you have to wear your mask outside. And if you're outside and you're not wearing a mask, they're going to fine people so that they can really make sure that everybody does what they're supposed to do. All right. Another thing from the Texas government. Governor Abbott has just passed an act called the Comfort Food Care Package Act. Okay, so what this is it means that the government is partnering with a lot of restaurants and businesses in Texas, all right, to give an option where customers, when ordering from those restaurants, because remember, we can only order online from restaurants now, when ordering from those restaurants, they can also order food like a little care package that serves 5 to 6 people that can be sent out to at-risk families or youth in the area to make sure that everybody's getting enough food and everybody's getting what they need. So it's a great way for community members to pass on some love and pass on some support while also supporting your local businesses and your restaurants. So check that out. It's a little care package. It comes in a box and it will be delivered to at-risk families and youth in your area. Okay. Also, now we get to the fun news, which is my favorite kind of news. All right. We are going to talk about the good things that I've been hearing about today. Okay. First of all, April 3rd is the wonderful birthday of the great Jane Goodall. Okay, I don't know if you guys know about Dr. Jane Goodall, but she is an environmentalist and animal rights advocate that is most well known for her work with chimpanzees, all right, in Africa. So she's been living in Africa since like the 60s or 70s. She went down there when she was really young, like my age, and she's been living and studying chimpanzees and fighting for their rights. And a lot of what we know about chimps, we can give back and thank Dr. Jane Goodall for. So wish her a happy birthday. Believe she is 86 or 89. I need to check that. All right. But go ahead and wish Dr. Jane Goodall a happy birthday and hope she, has many more to come. She is a great, wonderful human being, and I would recommend that you guys look her up and look up all the work she's done. She's done a lot of good stuff. All right. Also, the home art challenge. So I'm not sure if you guys have been paying attention to this, but this is something that's been kind of going around on the internet. Okay, and I'm going to try to include some pictures in the video because Miss Davis is trying to use her video editing skills. So I'll try to pop in some videos right here while I'm talking. But some art museums have started kind of giving people the challenge that they can recreate famous art pieces with stuff they have at home while everybody's stuck at home, social distancing and quarantining. It's just a kind of fun way to interact with famous pieces of art and just see like what you can recreate with stuff you have at home. There are some really, really good ones where people did like great pieces of art with just stuff they had at home. And then there are also some really, really funny ones where people got their dog to dress up like something, and it's really good. Okay, so I'm going to post some of those pictures in here so that you guys can see some of my favorite ones, and you can go explore some other ones because I will include a link to an article about that so you guys can see some of the other ones and maybe see if you can recreate a piece of art of your own. Like, remember Google Arts and Culture that I was talking about, that you can take a tour of any museum, and I wanted you to find a great piece of art. Be really cool if you could recreate that piece of art at home, like take the at-home art challenge yourself. All right. Another thing to keep you interested during this rainy weekend, because I know we're going to have a lot of inside time. All right. Skillshare is an online resource where it teaches you skills at home. So there's a lot of like really high level stuff, but it also has like a special page just for kids, and it's classes on watercolors, sketching, cartoons, making collages, like cutting stuff up. I think they even have like a folding origami one. For 2 whole months, you can get Skillshare for free. So you can watch those professional videos and take those lessons to teach yourself all sorts of new fun skills at home for free for a full 2 months. Okay, so I will also include the link to that so you guys can go check that out. Also, Time for Kids is a great resource. It has a lot of free articles. Right now, they're doing some great reporting. So they have their kid reporters doing reporting on COVID-19 in their area, how they feel. They have one really good where a video where some of their Times for Kids reporters interviewed a doctor. And then they also have fun things like they tell you what new movies are coming out, what new books or comics are coming out, and they're just a really great resource. It's news by kids for kids, and I will include the link to that as well. Okay? All right. I was going to do a comparison between historical plagues and how they change society and how our society is changing now, but I'm already at 10 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually push that to Monday. Okay, so we're gonna push that to Monday and we will talk about that. Okay, so I'm gonna give you like a little mini history lesson about like how societies were affected by pandemics in the past, and then we're gonna try to draw some conclusions and have some hypothesis about how our society might change from this pandemic. Okay, so question for the day. I want you to tell me what famous environmentalist known for her work with chimpanzees is celebrating her birthday today. Okay, and if you do that, then you are good to go. Don't forget, check out Google art and culture, the link that I sent out yesterday, and try to make at least one tour of a museum sometime this weekend and tell me what your favorite piece of art was, because I would really love to see you guys interacting with those social experiences. Okay, now have a great weekend. I loved getting to talk to you guys this week, and I will see you on Monday. All right, bye-bye.